Welcome to the Social Club. We're here to discuss all the big, moderately big and general topics surrounding football this week. We've got Lewis from 100% Chelsea, so doubtless we'll be picking your brains on Mourinho in a moment. Iris back from United People TV, and every northeastern black and white stripe wearing dyed-in-the-wool Geordie's favourite ped.
Basically, no, I won't. Go on.
Carry on. Excellent. Self-editing.
There you go.
It's a first for the Social Club.
Something.
First and foremost on the show this week, we're obviously going to discuss Mourinho, life after Mourinho for Chelsea, and then I want to frame it towards Manchester United as well to get Ira involved. So we'll do that in a moment. But first and foremost, there's obviously you're on Ball Street earlier in the week. Obviously after his dismissal, how are you feeling now? You got a win under your belt?
I don't know. It's almost. There's half of me going, oh, brilliant, we've got 3 points. But there's half of me going, why weren't you doing that 2 weeks ago?
Well, that seems to be the general consensus among the fans. You were like, the atmosphere from all accounts was a bit negative towards the players on the day.
Only a little bit, yeah. Just a tad. It was, it's the players which basically kicked off our season last year. So Mourinho, who basically brought Fabregas away from the Barcelona bench to start him, brought in Costa, who was a big brawling strike, what every Chelsea fan loves, some people think, some of them think of ourselves as almost like a cult, as if sort of, everyone hates us and we've been ruining football.
I think you got the word cult slightly wrong.
I thought you liked having formerly world-class centre forwards who aren't very good anymore. So I thought Costa fitted the bill perfectly this season.
This season definitely. Last season, it's the people which
he's a terrific centre forward, isn't he? And I think that's it. But was that what it boils down to at the minute? That level of antipathy toward the players because the love for Mourinho amongst the fans is so much higher than it is for any of the players in the squad.
I don't know. It's to putting it like that. It's we do love Mourinho, but it wasn't the fact that I love them equally personally. Last season they're going brilliant. They're all working together, they're a unit. What annoyed me was when Mourinho's tactic with the media is deflect everything onto him, protect his players. He's been doing that for God knows how long. He was doing that at the beginning of the season, saying, we're going to get better, we're going to do all of this. And then still, they weren't coming round to him. I was reading something a few days ago, the average manager lasts, 3 years now? And Wenger is possibly the last standing. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're ever going to see the likes of that again. But it's a mad one, isn't it, Ped, in terms of Mourinho, because I didn't think they pulled it. I genuinely didn't think they were going to pull the trigger. I'm amazed that they've done it now, and the only thing it signifies is that they must have. They're either trying to beat someone else to the punch in terms of getting another manager, or they've got someone better lined up for the summer. I don't know.
We spoke about this last week. When we were down in London, I was saying it was gonna. The Pep Guardiola situation may have been the tipping point. It was coming out that it looked like he was going to make a decision, and it felt like maybe Man City were going to jump in and might try and get Pep Guardiola. And it was whoever blinked first, and obviously you've got the Manchester United situation as well. And there's 3 top teams there potentially on the lookout for maybe 2 managers who could go into them. So obviously 2 doesn't go into 3, and well, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, 3 doesn't go into 2. It does, sorry. 3 doesn't go into 2. There you go, kids.
Quite comfortably, in fact.
It could, yeah. I was just on a roll. I just got the maths completely wrong. But I'm glad I caught it because you didn't.
Oh,
what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Well done, Chris. So it felt like someone was going to blink first, and obviously Chelsea felt like they had to blink first. Yeah. And they have. They've obviously brought back someone they know and trust, and it'll be now who they can try and get in. I'm not sure whether it will be Pep Guardiola, but
I can't see how he'd be a fit for Chelsea.
I don't think he will.
With the whole, when Mourinho came back, it was to build a dynasty. That was the whole idea behind him. This is a manager who he even said, in an interview on BT Sport a few weeks ago, I think, but like literally a day before he got sacked, he loves Chelsea because it's the only club he's gone back to and put the shirt on again. Yeah. So it's almost like, the whole idea of him coming back was to build something, and the fact that Abramovich has gone back to the whole revolving door policy, it just isn't
My only thoughts on it at the time, because I thought he was gearing himself up for the United job, and I genuinely think Mourinho thought he was getting that job when Ferguson retired. And so when he didn't, the Madrid job wasn't there for him anymore. And he kind of looked around. It was like musical chairs. All the chairs that he wanted were taken, and Chelsea was free. And I think he kind of went, I can't not be in football. I felt, and again, he's definitely got that depth of feeling for Chelsea, but I felt a lot of it was down to the fact that he didn't have anywhere else to go.
It was a case of soon as he was sacked, the first thing I said is he's going to go for the United job. Yeah. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I thought the same result.
I was shocked. Yeah. I think as well, it was Chelsea was comfortable as well. His family still lived there. You know, he said that's the place he feels most comfortable at, living in the city, and they just came together. I don't buy into all this sort of I'm coming home and all that. I just think that everything was there. It was the right place at the right time. But it was never going to work out. I think he spoke this time, didn't he? Saying he wants to build a dynasty, but he's never wanted to build a dynasty anywhere. Yeah. Chelsea just simply not geared up to make dynasties because they're just not like that as a club.
We don't. I was thinking about it the other day. We have a philosophy, but it's not a fully ingrained philosophy. It is a case of there's your first team, there's your under-21s, there's your under-18s, and there's not the only gap between them all is John Terry.
Well, Chelsea's philosophy is win trophies. Yeah. That's it.
There's nothing wrong.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's their philosophy, and it's if you can't do it, we'll get someone else who'll do it. And it's not about the manager as a whole. It's about just winning trophies, bringing success, and what comes with success. The money.
Can I just on an aside there? I just found in the middle of that discussion a loose thread on my sock and pulled, and I was faced with a situation there where I've nearly just unravelled my entire sock while you've been having this conversation.
It's got a ball of yarn now.
I've managed to save it. We can move on safely. And obviously we're moving towards Man United. Van Gaal, we discussed it last week. He's under massive pressure, even more after the defeat to the hands of Norwich. There's rumours that if he loses the game against Stoke on Boxing Day, that'll be it for him. Mourinho's being linked, as we've said. Would you be happy with Jose Mourinho?
I'm in two minds, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd have Mourinho.
Is Ryan Giggs the other mind?
Well, probably not. No. So I'm in two minds. On one hand, we got Mourinho. Yeah, he's a winner. It definitely win things. There's a lot in place at the club already to ensure that once he comes in, he can kind of hit the ground running.
Fucked.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, just as he was settling in nicely. Yeah, but then on the other hand, Mourinho is afraid of commitment, isn't he?
Yeah. His wife doesn't.
Go on. The more I think about it, though, as well, I love Mourinho, but the way he utilises his teams, he doesn't. Man United, they've got a habit, or it's maybe not so much with Van Gaal, but beforehand, bringing through some of the youth, so like Paddy McNair recently for you guys and all that sort of stuff. But Mourinho's never really done that, and the only player I can think of who he's done it was Rafael Varane at Madrid. Mm-hmm. And Ruben Loftus.
And he'd have been bought in as well, wasn't he, Rafael Varane?
I think he was brought in, but I think he went into the youth system, and I think Mourinho brought it through. I'm not 100%, but I think that's what happened.
Okay. Well, that was going to be my other point, obviously, about youth, because obviously, for years and years, going back to where we've always had a youth, someone who's come from the youth system in the first team, in the starting lineup, and I think that's maybe where Mourinho could struggle. Or maybe the board will say, well, okay, look, this is how it's going to be. This is the identity of the club of bringing you through. You must adhere to this.
Yeah, but I think he wants that challenge though, because I think there's only so many of those cycles you can do. He's done as much as any manager is going to ever do in the game. But it's like if football management was a game, and we know there are games out there, Championship Manager, for example.
I took Woking, mate, all Championship League.
but I wonder whether he thinks of that as the next challenge to see what can I do that? Can he test himself? Man United have got Man United are one of the few remaining clubs that would allow that to happen. Would allow a dynasty to be built, because it's just about, hopefully, I say hopefully again, I say this every single time, I don't give a shit, but hopefully from Man United's perspective is that they haven't, sort of polluted their thinking by changing managers a couple of times, because that's what's happened to us. We've started thinking that managers can get sacked every couple of seasons.
You look on the other hand, you look at like Real Madrid, they've had like 11 managers in like roughly the same amount of years, and they've still been fairly competitive.
I think
they're still, well, being able to attract the world's top players.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I think this could be like an Eric Cantona moment for Man United if they bring Mourinho in. I really do. I think this could be a massive turning point.
He's going to boot a fan in the face?
Well, hopefully.
Entirely possible.
That's a sad
so we need to Villanova that time.
That would just be a side product, wouldn't it? Selfie stick, one in the face. I just think it for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Van Gaal is just going nowhere with this team. Get rid of him now, just sack him now and go and get Mourinho. Yeah. It would suit everyone perfectly down to the ground. Mourinho would come straight back in. He wouldn't be bothered about Chelsea. He's not asked. He'd just get straight in there, do a job and do it well. He'd probably win United the league. And as for like things like the youth, well, I think that takes care of itself. If you've got a good setup already in place and good players coming through, I think you can take that decision away from the manager, which is already happening at certain clubs. Yeah. You basically stop them from buying players. You say, no, we've got a player there who's equally as good as the player you're looking at. Yeah. Doesn't have a price tag.
Oh, well, that's exactly. If you've got a good player, you don't need to buy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't buy someone, you can have the money extra to go and buy these best players in the world. That's what I always felt about Chelsea. The players in the last few years are just not the best players in the world. No. They're just, Fabregas was a Barcelona reject. You should be going to buy the player Barcelona trying to buy. Yeah. All the Chelsea players always seemed like just that level under. Now, Man United, I think they could attract the very, very best and would save money by putting some of the youth players in as well.
That's the big difference between Manchester United and Chelsea. I mean, for this season, we've been shocking. There's going to be no Champions League football. That is Chelsea's only attraction apart from living in London. Manchester United is, you see that badge, that's who you're playing for. Yeah. That is the big difference. The history
of the club, the name just says it all, doesn't it?
No, it does, doesn't it? I think.
And the North's better anyway.
The North, but Manchester's all right as far as the city goes.
It's warmer. I got off the train and it was just, I got off and I just went, no, I'm going home. Go home.
You're the first person ever to say it's warmer in the North than it is in the South.
No, the other way.
It's the other way around.
No, not happening.
You've got yeah. I don't think this argument's ever going to be won, apart from if you just look at average temperatures and see that, it's colder up north.
Coming in part 2, guys.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more Social Club action where we discuss the weather in the northeast, where it is definitely colder than the north.
He's got the right jumper for a weatherman, hasn't he?
Why? Because they're knobheads.
Said nothing for fucking the first 10 minutes of the show. Go back to being quiet, you. Anyway, we're going to wrap that up there. Leave us your thoughts on Mourinho, on Man United, and beyond. Who should Chelsea be going for in the summer? Would Mourinho be a good fit for Manchester United? We've still got loads more to discuss on the Social Cup this week. We're going to be looking at the mental form table as we head into to Christmas and beyond. Can anyone stop Leicester City? We're going to be discussing a little bit of extra pressure on Louis van Gaal, because that's always good fun. And the obvious pressure, of course, on Liverpool, because we're shit at the minute. I'm sure these lads will enjoy talking about that one. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel, and we'll see you there.